So I'm here at Gaunts House and met up with a wonderful friend and colleague, Don Conreaux. And we've known each other for a long time, and I'm sure many of you know Don's work with the gongs, and he travels worldwide, just spreading those vibrations and just giving people so much good energy and good harmonics. So I just want to, catch up with Don and see what he's up to, and tell us a little bit about your work and your whole philosophy of life. You're looking more and more like ZZ Top every day.
I know.
Is this kind of you got to get the colour actually?
I've got a lot of imitators now.
Yeah. He's got it from you. Then
They put their faces on my Facebook and then fool people. Well,
Cool, lovely. So Don, tell us about your wonderful work with the gongs.
Well, we have a goal in mind, which I tell people about, on I think the full moon, perhaps of May 2025. That this is the time of the fourth ray activation of the whole rainbow. One and four, not no caretakers at this point, but
Okay.
that fourth one is supposed to be. And that's very important to us because the fourth ray houses two things. One is healing, sound healing, and the other one is warfare.
Right.
So this opposites, and there's going to be a repolarization. And I think it's got to do with the explosion of all the sound healers in the world today, exploding at the ratio of 5.
The phi ratio.
Phi ratio is just happening now because in the beginning there were very few of us, and all of a sudden, you know.
Yeah.
So, but now this is also going to initiate a new change. And after we get a certain, percentage of the population, then I think that then we can celebrate the advent of a world peace, a world that works together. And so the gong players, of course, they play a part in that because they do unify people together.
Absolutely. And of course astrology is a major part of your work as well, isn't it?
Well, it is, but in this sense that in order to celebrate the first day of world peace, we need to have a model, and I call it the Starhenge.
Yeah.
And basically what it is, it's not that's a brilliant idea, but it's kind of an obvious thing that what separates cultures in the world are the calendars.
Right.
And one of the things, powers that we're developing right now is a power of divination. So two and two together, we come up with the fact that what if we superimpose all the calendars of the world into one garden?
Yeah.
You see, of divination.
Because in truth, are they all not really one, but they've been separated through interpretation?
Well, you could say that. But I think it's just through nobody putting it together. I go in some parts of the world, they don't know tarot. The other, they don't know I Ching.
Okay.
They don't know this, they don't know that. You see, divination somehow we're not doing anymore. And yet the divine mind is the mind of divination. It's the mind that all the yogis are working towards.
Yeah.
So the idea is, of course, let us find ways to create new circles that are more like computers than are the stone circles of yore.
Sure.
And if we can do that, if we can build these great computers, we can actually bring the energies of heaven on earth.
Yeah.
And the people come to the garden then, even though they may not know, but they will feel this. And so we have some ideas about how we can empower, but it's somebody has to be able to know how to read the garden so they
Yeah.
can caretake it.
Yeah.
This is the idea.
And I remember many years ago you created a Starhenge here at Gaunts House.
First
didn't
one
you?
was here.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Is that still active?
It's still out there. It looks like it's been thousands of years since it was put there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they cut the grass,
Yeah.
mow the lawn.
Yeah.
And yes, that was the first one. Now we have around 10 active ones around the world.
Oh, okay. Excellent.
And hopefully that next year we'll have a bunch more. And finally, if we get one in every country where we're in business, then we can hold ceremonies.
Right.
And
And they're all talking the same language, of course.
yeah,
That's
they're
the
all
design.
related. Yeah, and the design.
Excellent.
So
Yeah.
this is, I think, what I want to do in my next 9 years. Complete this cycle so that we have gong masters in every country. They all caretake a garden, a gong garden, and that we begin having ceremonies regularly until we make a change.
So what actually got you into this path and with the gong work? You know, because it's often a trigger point that sets us off onto the work.
Well, I think it was just something naturally that grew out of my theater experience. You know, I took my master's at the theater in Phoenix, Arizona, and then I went into yoga.
Right. So you were
So-
in acting then?
Yeah, I
You
was
were
in
an actor
acting
originally.
for
Okay.
many years before.
Yeah.
And so it's that need to create a meaningful theater is also behind it. And that goes along with the spread of the Shruti singing. I also have been advising people if during the Piscean age, we sang all Sanskrit mantras, didn't we?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And mainly, and people say, what does it mean? I don't know, but it sounds good.
Yeah.
So the new one in the Korean age is if you're going to do a mantra in Sanskrit, you must paraphrase in your own tongue.
Yes.
And also, so that we don't be snobs. We reach everybody with that
Yeah. Yeah.
energy.
Absolutely.
So this is just the things I'm trying to clean up that I started. I want to complete
Yeah.
and see how it works out.
Wonderful.
How are you doing?
Yeah.
Can I
good.
interview you? Because I haven't seen you for such
Yeah,
a long time.
absolutely. Well, you know, with the music and the work, that was really 1996 that I
Yeah.
really got into beginning to teach sacred geometry and sacred sound with Sanskrit intermixed.
Yes.
And that was kind of within the feng shui world, and it was very new then. And you know, a lot of people saying, well, particularly architects, you know, what's music got to do with sacred geometry? And it's like so blindingly obvious to me now and then. And in fact, in 1973, when I was at architecture school, and actually did my first project, which was a school of cosmology based on the 7 liberal arts, so, you know, which are music, astrology, arithmetic, and you know, the 3 language ones. And of course astronomy, stroke astrology, which was kind of packaged in the same thing. And even then people were saying, you know, what's this guy doing? You know, he's off his head. You know, I'm doing the same thing now, but a little bit more knowledge, hopefully.
The world
but the
it should be
acceptance-
in our time warp that we've established.
well,
It's-
yeah,
we don't
yeah.
age.
No,
we stay the same.
well-
Just get wiser, and we eat well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
we have the good life, you know.
Yeah.
When you work for humanity, usually you're in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
You're doing things in the right way and speaking this right way to the right people.
Absolutely.
There's this something I think the world is learning to do.
The synchronicity is
So we-
really important. And of course, this kind of relates to music and harmonics that we're both very much into. And if we're on track with our sole purpose, um, things are presented to us in the right timing, the right situation, the right people who come into our field and our awareness.
You know
And we're
what?
given a nudge,
Yeah, I just thought I should show you the template.
Yeah.
I've got brought carry it with me.
Okay.
And what I do is that we have the template, which are all these synthesis of diverse systems, the functional whole using everything must fit, of course, exactly. And then we have two books that you can look at as reference in the garden.
Okay.
We're working on it. I'm working with a woman named Martha in Hong Kong. She's a very brilliant woman. I don't know if you know her. So together, she was making these labyrinths. That was her big thing all over the world. So now she's going to come over and together we'll make these Starhenges around the world.
So you're calling them gardens.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit more about that.
Well, in this particular garden, because they're locked into sacred geometry, everything has a place of its greatest power. So whether it would be flowers, whether it be woods, whether it be gems, whatever it might be, if it's in the right space, it'll help empower the greater motor of the garden. So this is a more advanced, of course, but basically what it is, it's the I Ching, because China is very important now, and it's the 27 nakshastras are in the garden. Of course, our 12 astrological things, the ruin stones, you see, and some Native American ones. They seem to lock in key.
Okay.
And as soon as they lock in key, some of the things that don't lock in key are for overlays.
Right.
You see, to make the adjustment because things are always changing. But you can take your astrological chart, your natal. You can take it and place it in the garden. And what happens is that we have what are called straight tracks in geomancy. So you go on a straight track, you begin to cross dimensions.
Sure.
And then you can do readings about yourself. And from many, many different ways. So it's really cool in that way.
Wow, fabulous. What would you say then about the time we're right in now, August 2016?
All right.
Yeah, what's the story?
Nibiru's supposed
Oh,
to be
Nibiru,
back.
so we're told that
It's like
exists
waiting for
and
Godot, it's like it never shows up, but it'll be any moment going to be here.
But is that real for you? Is that where does that fit into your reality or your picture, Nibiru?
Oh,
Planet X is also known as Planet X, isn't it?
yeah. Well, it's like asking me where Maitreya fits into it. You see, everything fits into
right.
But for us, it's the Maitreyan mind, and insofar as Nibiru goes, Nibiru is to remove our fears.
Right.
The fears have to be removed. Nibiru stands for that. All this impending, chicken little, sky is falling. See? It gives us a chance to let go of those fears that we have.
But it's really ultimately a fear of dying, isn't it? Fear of death, because Nibiru Planet X is about doom, destruction. We're about to be wiped out. So it does bring up those fears of mortality.
We all go together. What a better blessing could happen. We all went as a team.
Yeah. and yet, so if that sort of thing is around, where does it put the conscious work we're all doing here? Other festivals around the world with music, consciousness. It's like people would think, well, what's the point of it all?
Well, the point
if we can be wiped out tomorrow.
Well, the point of it all is that celebrate this opportunity of breathing this still good air, and drinking the still kind of good water.
Yeah,
You
and
see.
the red wine.
And the red wine
Absolutely.
and all
and
the,
the pink bubbles.
the libations
Absolutely.
are still in force.
Yeah.
And but just to be thankful and to share kindness.
Yeah.
I think if we learn those two lessons, that's whatever happens, happens.
Yeah. Yeah. Be present now, enjoy, appreciate, be grateful. And if we go tomorrow, if planet arrives tomorrow, we're going to all come back, meet each other again.
That's good to have. I hope you're alone.
I think ultimately it comes down to the wisdom of the hair. I've got it up here, you've got it down here.
If I had your hair, I could rule the world.
Oh, right. Well, I think on that note, all we can say is thank you, Don. It's been lovely
It's nice to
spending
see you
the
again.
time. Yeah, me too.
And maybe we can talk more about the gardens and
Absolutely.
the possibility.
Yeah.
We've got how many countries in the world they need a garden?
Okay. Well, we both travel lots of countries, and let's see where I may be able to help with that and the music and the sacred geometry.
It might give you something more to do.
Yeah. Well, there always is.
Thank you so much, though.
Thank you. So I hope you've enjoyed that little connection with myself and Don, and until the next episode with the garden.
Remember, these are the very best aspen wands for rimming your bowls.
Absolutely.
Aidan McIntyre makes these, you know.
Yeah.
I was over at his house before I came here. He was working. He does 30 at a time.
Wow, on the lathe. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and we'll see you with more very soon.
Thank you.
So thank you.
Blessings.
Blessings.
Oh. You're the host. You're supposed to put your head this way.
Oh, this way. Okay. Magic. Super. Thanks, Don. Magic.
So nice to see you.